It's childhood friend versus childhood friend, with party planner Denise Curiel taking on her buddy John Dinh in 20 questions on Avengers movies and the Fast and the Furious franchise. This is Trivia with Buds. Welcome to episode 91 of the Trivia with Buds podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Buds. Thanks so much for checking out this week's show. We are 9 away from the big episode 100. I don't have any ideas yet. If you have any cool ideas on what I should do for episode 100, email ryanbuds@gmail.com. Let me know. I'll try and work it in. For the 1 year, I think I did like 94 questions on all the topics we had done up until that point. So we'll see what I can whip up for the big hundo. Big thanks to the new Patreon subscriber on my list, Kyle Bonin. He's a longtime listener and first-time subscriber. Kyle Bonin, he just got married as well. Congratulations, Kyle. He's been listening for a while. I'm very thankful for his kind emails and support of the show over the last couple of years. Also, thanks to all my other Patreon subscribers, including Kyle Bonin, Manny McNelly, Fiona Neville, Natalie Santiago, Alexis Eck, Earl Clark, Jess Whitener, and last but not least, Alex, does this shirt make me look fat? If you want to support this show, throw anywhere from $1. Yep, just $1 helps me do more cool stuff with the show. Up to $20, and you'll get sweet rewards and surprises each and every month just from me. I curate and handpick amazing VHS tapes and pin sets and stickers and artwork that I think you will love, and I mail it out to you. So it's a very cool thing. It's kind of like a fan club. If you like this show, help support it by joining our fan club. I'm going to be sending out some very cool stuff. I have some new stickers of Ren and Stimpy. If you are into Ren and Stimpy, I have some Ren and Stimpy artwork in the form of a sticker to send to you if you want to join me over on Patreon. I had a fun weekend. Hope you had a fun weekend too. I had a brewery-filled weekend. Visited a place called Backstreet Brew right next to Angels Stadium. You could see it from the front door of this brewery in Anaheim, California. And I had some excellent beer, and I had some smoked rib tacos, and they were really, really good. And this guy, I asked for his card at the smoked rib little counter. His tacos were only $2 a piece, which for like brewery food truck food is unheard of. I mean, he just had a table and like the back of a car. So he had cooked everything and brought it and kept it hot and stuff. So he didn't have the full food truck. But if you're at a food truck at a brewery, it's usually like $10, $12. And this was only just a couple. So I really liked it. I asked for his card, looked at the number on his card, 708 area code. And I was like, holy shit, that's my area code. You must be from the south side of Chicago. He said, yeah, it's a town no one's really heard of. It's called Oak Forest, Illinois. I'm like, oh my God, that's one town away from Crestwood, Illinois, where I grew up, which is very, very crazy. 8 billion people in the world. And I met another South suburban Illinoisan, which is great. Hopefully I'll be doing some trivia, maybe a special event very soon at Backstreet Brewery. If you go there in Anaheim, California, come check it out, and I'll keep you informed over on triviawithbuds.com. I also went to a place called No Clue Brew, where I host every Thursday, and they released a vanilla Hefeweizen this weekend. It was really, really good, and they gave me a 4-pack. They said, this is on us. And I said, oh, no, let me pay for it. And they said, no, you're like an employee here, which made me feel really, really good. So shout out to No Clue Brew for the free beer, and if you're in the area of Rancho Cucamonga, California, go try that vanilla Hefeweizen. It's amazing. And I'm going to be doing an event there on June 9th. It's kind of like a vendor's fair, and I'll have a table set up with some trivia stuff and some prizes and things. And my wife, Ashley Starling Buds, will have her clothing company, LuLaRoe with Buds and More, set up right next to me. So if you like Disney leggings, Disney shirts, different print patterns you can only find in your size usually one time. That's how it works. Come check that out on June 9th. That'll be a ton of fun. I have a bunch of special events coming up this weekend, especially. There's a 2-year anniversary at King's Brewing Company in Rancho Cucamonga. I'll be there with my brand new prize wheel that you can spin to win a prize. And tons of cool stuff will be on that wheel. Check me out from 2 to 4 p.m. at King's Brewing Company. Also, 7 to 10 p.m. on the same night, April 21st, I'll be at Last Name Brewing in Upland for the big Disney, Marvel, Star Wars event. This is the one I've been plugging for the last couple months or so. We got 50 51 tickets sold so far, which makes me very, very happy. And I think it's going to be a great event. I hope to see you there. If you can't make it, here's a quick 5-question Disney quiz from my daily Disney trivia videos that I've been posting on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. This one's on live action Disney movies. So let's see how many of these 5 questions you can get. What it be, Disney movie watchers? It's your 2 thumbs up buddy, Ryan Buds, and today I've got 5 questions for you on Disney live-action movies. Let's see how many of these non-animated flicks you remember. Question number 1, who directed the 2016 live-action Jungle Book movie? Who directed Jungle Book in 2016? Question number 2, there was a late 60s movie called The Computer Wore Some Type of Shoes. What type of shoes did the computer wear? Question number 3, what year did the Disney-produced Return to Oz come out? That was a creepy one. Return to Oz, what year? Question 4, who played Coach Bombay in the Mighty Ducks series, one of my favorite trilogies? Who played Coach Bombay? And question number 5, what one-word Disney-made movie came out in 2003 and starred Shia LaBeouf? Shia LaBeouf, 2003. That's your Disney live-action movies quiz for today. Let me know your score in a tweet at Ryan Buds over on Twitter. And you can check your answers if you click the link in the description of this video and head over to my website, triviawithbuds.com. You can see what you got right and what you got wrong. If you know someone that loves Disney, send them over to this video and see who got more questions right. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow for more daily Disney trivia. Cheers! All right, how'd you do on those live-action Disney questions? Hopefully pretty good. Again, if you want to get tickets to the big Disney Marvel Star Wars event at Last Name Brewing in Upland, California, go to triviawithbuds.com and click the banner at the top. All right, it's time to dive into the meat of this episode with my chat with John and Denise, 2 huge Disney fans themselves. And they're going to be battling in 20 questions on the Fast and the Furious and Avengers movies. Here we go. Sitting here in beautiful Sunland, Tahunga, California, just north of Burbank, California, with 2 friends of mine. It's a beautiful, beautiful night here. The sun is setting. There's hills everywhere. There's a country club not far away, and the smell of sausages cooking just one wall behind us. I'm sitting here with my buddies, John and Denise. How are you guys doing?
Hey,
Good.
what up?
How are you?
Good.
You guys are on the show today because you begged me to be on, which I thought was very interesting. And I said, well, if they're going to give me $100,000, I got to let them come on the show. No, you guys listen to the show. You frequent my trivia night here at Link and Hops in Sunland, Tahunga. We've been here for about a year, and you guys come out quite a bit. And you're big Disney fans. We always talk about that when you're here. And you both liked a picture that I posted on Instagram over the weekend, I believe. And I was trying to get to 100 likes. And I said, if I get to 100 likes, I will message everybody individually who liked this picture and offer them something, which I did. I messaged both of you guys, and you both said we'd love to be guests on the podcast. So here we are.
Yay!
Yeah, we're huge fans.
Good. Yeah, you guys have listened to the show. Is there any certain topic that you've listened to on the show that you did well at, or you really enjoyed or remembered?
Anything having to do with Disney, honestly.
Yeah.
Like the Disney Channel, Disney princesses.
Yeah. I've been doing those daily Disney trivia videos.
Yeah.
Like five
I enjoy
questions
them.
long.
5 out of 5s.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I've been doing those because, like you just said, that's probably the number one most requested thing, especially living out here in Southern California, like with Disneyland so close. There's just like a ton of what are they called? Disney files? What would you call it? Disney? There's just Disney fans.
That just sounds like dirty.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
Those are people that are banned from Disney, maybe. Disney files? Yeah. I've heard there's been some like turf wars at Disneyland. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
There's like different
social gangs.
Yeah, there's like
Yeah.
social
Oh,
gangs.
yeah,
They're
you were
like
telling me about that the other day.
claiming rides. And
that's like the very strangest thing I've ever heard. Are you guys part of one of those meetups?
Absolutely not.
No.
Very good. You guys have been friends since kindergarten.
Yep.
Yes.
And who are you good about the same age?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. And what you're used to playing here? You play here every Tuesday for trivia. Do you play trivia anywhere else? And you could tell me. I won't get mad.
We did go to a place in Pasadena last week.
Sure.
It wasn't that great.
Trivia with duds.
Pretty much.
That's what I would say.
mean,
I was telling Denise that we shouldn't tell you, but then she was like, "Oh, Ryan is so much better. We should let him know."
Yeah.
No, they were just like not entertaining, I suppose.
Sure.
It was just sort of like here are the questions. Now here are the answers.
That's my favorite compliment to get is when somebody goes like, "Oh, I like that it's not just like some college kid asking questions," and I'm like, "I did go to college," but I'll take that as a compliment.
Yeah.
So you guys listen to the show. You play here at Lincoln Hops, and you wanted to be on the show, so I said, let's do it. We got some traffic behind us. I think it might add good ambiance. What do you think? Except until some small penis man revs an engine as they fly by, as they often do when we're hosting trivia.
That's the only thing you hear on the road.
Sure. The louder the engine is, I'm like, man, that guy, it must just go inwards. There's just there's no penis at all. It's just all inverted. We have some fun categories. You guys, I'll tell you a couple of bullet points about John and Denise to the listener right now so they know a little bit about you guys. Sometimes I have guests on the show who are big Hollywood hotshots. Do you guys consider yourselves a couple of Hollywood hotshots?
No.
We live near Hollywood.
There you go.
Watch a lot of TV.
There you go.
But that's
as
about
hot
it.
and shoddy as it gets. Denise, you're a big Disney superfan. We just talked about that.
Yeah.
What is your favorite Disney thing of all time? Character or movie? Like, what's the thing that really brings you into the whole Disney universe?
Well, Winnie the Pooh is my favorite Disney character of all time. Just always grew up with him. My room used to be decorated with him and all the characters. But just my favorite Disney thing in general is just going to Disneyland with my family.
Yeah. And you grew up in Southern California where that was kind of the thing to go.
Yeah, so when I was little, every year for my birthday or for my sister's birthday, we would go as a family to Disneyland.
We used to go to a place called Indiana Beach, which is a man-made, very low-budget theme park in the middle of nowhere, Indiana. And I used to think that was like the Disneyland of the Midwest. I'd be like, whoa, we're going to that place that has one roller coaster or whatever. The one roller coaster they had was so old you didn't even have there was no seatbelt. You
my God.
You just held on.
No.
It was like an old box they just pushed down a hill.
No.
It was called the Tiger, but it was Tigrrr, like grr, like Tiger, and it was very strange, very unsafe, but kind of fun. You mentioned Winnie the Pooh, and that made me think of the Winnie the Pooh ride.
Yeah.
Which I have a 3-year-old daughter, and I had never gone on that. I didn't grow up going to Disneyland at all, like I just mentioned. And I went for the first time, maybe like 10 years ago, visiting my wife's family before she was my wife out here. And since we had a couple kids now, we go all the time. We have season passes. We're like 20 minutes away. And my daughter's like, let's go on this Winnie the Pooh ride. It's very psychedelic.
It is creepy. It goes into his dream or something, and it's weird.
It's the heffalumps show up and all that stuff. It's very strange, especially towards the end. I have a question for both of you. Have you ever done like an edible and gone to Disneyland? You ever do something like that? No? I have a lot of friends who like to do that, and I don't know. I don't know if I want to cross those two things.
I personally believe it's blasphemous.
Keep it clean.
It's blasphemous. Very good.
I don't endorse it.
You save it for Stagecoach, huh? Very interesting.
Yeah.
Disney superfan. You're a party planner in spare time. So you like to plan parties.
I just like to plan and organize parties.
Yeah.
Just for funsies.
Are you organizing this guy's birthday?
I'm helping, definitely.
Now, I don't know if you know this.
Party.
One of the bullet points is there's going to be some trivia at the party hosted by Trivia with Duds, Sherman Oaks' greatest trivia performer. But no, I might be doing some trivia for a birthday, right, John? That'll be fun.
Yeah, definitely, for my 23rd birthday coming up.
Big Hollywood hotshot 23rd birthday. Very good. Party planning in your spare time. What's the coolest party you ever planned? Was it an orgy? You can tell me. Was it a Disney orgy of some kind? Everybody dresses Eeyore and we'll find your tail, right? Something like that? No? All right.
No, it was probably just my quinceañera way back.
You planned your own quinceañera?
Yeah, with the help of my aunt and my mom. My aunt is actually a professional party planner. Like, that's her job.
Can anyone have a quinceañera? Can I have one like tomorrow? Or you have to be a female? 15?
You have to be a female turning 15.
Sure. So I think I'm out. I think I may be out.
15. That's the key.
Oh, yeah. That would be the key. You are a scrapbook enthusiast. As somebody who plans parties, you take pictures of the parties, and then you take those pictures and you put them with popsicle sticks and books and things.
Yes.
Very good.
Yes. I was telling John, probably no one is enthusiastic about scrapbooking other than me. Like, no one cares about it, but I really enjoy it. I think it's exciting.
I made a parody. Do you remember a song? You guys are younger than me, but there was a song called Pop, Lock, and Drop It. Have you ever heard that song? Mm-hmm. So about 8 years ago, some friends and I made a rap parody called Cut, Scrap, and Book It, and it was all about gangster scrapbooking. John, we're going to talk about your bullet points. Your first thing that you told me about yourself when I messaged you incessantly on Instagram, you said you're also a huge Disney fan. Now, do you think you're a bigger Disney fan than Denise here?
You think so? I think she is.
A little bit bigger?
Disney facts.
Disney
you know
facts.
a lot more.
I know a lot more Disney
You know
facts.
all those hidden Mickeys and all that shit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Disneyland specifically.
But
I'm
I think she enjoys it more than I do.
I see. Very
true.
good.
Very true.
What's your favorite Disney character? Let me hear that one.
Ooh.
You have a favorite character? How about a favorite villain? Something like that?
Favorite Disney character? That probably had to be Peter Pan.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
The Peter Pan. What makes you so attracted to the Peter Pan character in mythology?
Just being a kid at heart. I think that's the whole key of being a Disney fan.
And you have that pair of pantyhose sewed to your leg that you've been calling your shadow, which I thought was very strange since you walked in, since I've known you, actually. And that was a weird trait. I'm like,
I thought you'd never ask.
Someone's got to tell them about that. That is not cool in public. Your next thing is you're really into board games.
Yeah, definitely.
You play a lot of card games or more the actual board games with a board?
More actual board games.
Yeah.
It's because I love playing video games, but I think the aspect of just sharing it with somebody is a lot more fun. So there's not really a lot of co-op.
You guys seem like really good people. You are a foodie. You love food.
Yeah,
Can't get
definitely.
enough food in your mouth, in your life.
Being in Southern California, you have so many ethnic groups that you can just go anywhere for any food that you want.
Have you ever had Korean barbecue fries? This was something I just had recently.
Oh, definitely.
In Venice. And I don't even know if I've ever had Korean barbecue as popular as it is, especially out here. I don't think I've ever had it.
We go all the time.
We need to take you.
You'll be invited next time.
We should go.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Do I have to go to the same church as you guys? Or I feel like, all right, we'll figure that out. We have 5 topics now for each of you. Mm-hmm. So now we know a little bit about you. We'll talk about why you're into these certain pop culture things. Denise Curiel, that's your last name. Very cool. It sounds like a makeup brand. You should start that. Party plan that brand.
We'll see.
We'll see what happens. Your first topic of all your topics was Harry Potter movies.
Yes.
You love those?
I do. I love them. And I read the books when they came out.
Sure.
And I've actually read them 3 times, but not recently. And I didn't want to put books because I probably wouldn't remember that specifically.
The movies are a little bit more condensed in terms of what you have to remember.
And
that's a good point.
Yeah. I've recently watched them. So I have younger siblings and they recently got really into it, so I get to share that with them, and they're discovering it, which is really cool because my little sister is in the 3rd grade.
Yeah,
and we were in the 3rd grade when the first Harry Potter movie came out. So
that's
exciting.
Awesome. Yeah. I've been collecting the illustrated ones for my kids. The hardcover, cool. Really hard, they're like textbooks almost. So we have the first 2, and I think there's maybe the 4th one's out, maybe? I think the 4th one's out. But you can get them on Amazon for $25-ish, and they're really good.
Yeah.
And the art is amazing in them, especially if you like those books. I had to read the first one in college.
Oh, really?
In some class, and I was never into it, and I was like, and I read the book, and I'm like, oh, I really like this. And then I think there were still 2 movies to still come out, maybe 3 movies.
Right.
And just kind of finished out strong. But yeah, I've read all the books, but I do like the movies a little bit better than the books, actually, which is unpopular opinion.
Unpopular opinion, right? Yes.
But I'm with you. Harry Potter movies. Your next topic, very nerdy, Denise. Very nerdy. Mathematics up to calculus. Very specific. Oh my God.
Yes, I love math.
Yeah.
And I studied math in school. And so I studied further than calculus, but up to calculus is probably what I retained the best and enjoyed the most.
This is as far as I got. In 6th grade, we had to do something, I think it was graphing algebra, where you had an algebra equation, and then you had to graph it.
Yeah.
And I could not, for the life of me, understand. It was one of those things where everybody in the class was like, oh yeah, and I was the one person who was like, I have no idea what's happening, why we're doing this, how I'm supposed to figure this out. And I had to literally just I don't know why I keep scratching myself. I had to get to the point where I'm like, I'm just not going to do this. This will be one of the things I just don't do in school and in life.
Was it the y equals mx plus b?
Yes, exactly. That shit. I hated it so much. Oh my God. And the idea, not to rain on your whole math parade,
right?
But the idea that any kid has to learn that is insane to me. It really is.
But just think what if you're learning it and then one kid is like, wait, I like this and I want to do this forever.
If you're the one kid, right? And
Denise is the one kid.
Denise is the one kid. So that makes sense for the one kid. But I feel like it's so crazy to be like, hey, other 29 kids, you really need to suffer because Denise needs her moment in 20 years. But I do. That's very. It's very enlightening to hear that somebody got something out of math when I got so little out of it. So little to the fact that I don't think I I mean, I took the most basic that I could just to get through everything. And then once I got to college and I realized, you don't need like math to be an English major, I was like, goodbye. And now when I see kids that are in college at breweries, like before we start trivia and they have a textbook open, like they're working on math, it makes my skin crawl. It's like the scariest thing I can imagine. But hey, maybe we picked it for your big topic today. Mathematics up to calculus. Disney after 2000, which I think is when you guys were born, right? 2006, 2007-ish, 2009? 95. I was
94?
close.
94.
Disney after 2000. What was going on around 2000? We had the Pirates of the Caribbean movies right after 2000, right? 2003 or so. We had Lilo and Stitch. We had Treasure Planet. Was that around 2000? Was that Disney?
Yeah, it was.
Is
it's often forgotten, so I don't even...
Is Atlantis a different movie?
Yes,
it is. Two different
both
movies.
Underrated.
Are they both Disney?
Yes.
Interesting. In my head, that's the same movie. You know what I mean?
Treasure Planet is outer space, and Atlantis is undersea.
They're around the same time.
Yeah, very similar. There's probably a lot of math in those movies I don't care for. 2000s, Disney after 2000. That may be your topic today. We'll find out in just a minute. Your next topic, the Avengers movies.
Yeah. I also specified movies because I don't know anything about the comics.
Now, I was wondering if you specifically meant the Avengers, we've done 2 Avengers, what they would call the Avengers.
Oh, no, like the Avengers universe, I guess.
So more the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Oh,
very good.
See,
John told me to write that, and I was like, whatever. He knows what I mean.
Get it. Yep. Maybe I got that. Maybe I didn't. Your last topic was Hamilton. Everyone's talking about this, right?
Yeah.
Rapping and
so good.
Singing.
Yeah, I actually just got into it. There was obviously this huge hype, especially over the last couple years. And I just was never really into it. I was like, whatever about it. And then randomly because I listen to a lot of other musicals, randomly on my Spotify, a Discover playlist or whatever, one of the Hamilton songs came on, and I was blown away of how impressive it is.
That seems to be what happens to a lot of people. I just kind of stumble on it. I stumbled on that Greatest Showman soundtrack. And I was like, wow, there's a couple really good songs on here. And now I would the movie's almost out on video, I think. So I'm looking forward to seeing that because just of the music. You know what I mean? Have you ever stumbled on something like that, John, where somebody you're late to the game, but you're like, oh, this is actually great?
Ironically, Game of Thrones.
Yeah. When did you start watching? Just recently?
Season 4 came out, and then I got into it.
That's funny. I probably stopped watching around season 4. So it's like everybody still watches it. Same thing with walking. I watch everything for 3 or 4 seasons, and then life moves on. Breaking Bad,
I couldn't
Dexter.
Nope.
They're all great shows. They're all well done, and I know that they have good endings. Except Dexter, I heard it's not so great. But Breaking Bad, especially, and things like that. And I don't know. I'm like, ooh, a new Tomb Raider game came out, and then I forget. I have very short attention span, which is probably why I couldn't graph shit. Let's get into John's categories. Those were Denise's 5. Very good. And I like the math one, so maybe I picked it. Here's John. John said Game of Thrones. That was your first topic you gave me. We were just talking about that. So you're all caught up now?
Yeah, all caught up.
You like these dragons, this mother of dragons?
I cannot wait.
Yep.
That's the most general way. Is that that show with the mother of dragons? Is that show? What, I got some ice walkers? Is that what they're called? White walkers.
White walkers, yeah.
Sure, White walkers. What do you have a favorite character on that show?
Oh, that's hard. Probably, it's basic, but I think Jon Snow. Everybody loves Jon Snow.
He's a real bastard, I hear. Right?
But
Your next topic was The Office. Speaking of jokes and cymbal hits, that's a pretty joke-filled show. Did you like the British one or the American one?
Definitely the American one.
Yeah,
I cannot watch an episode of the British one. It's too dry.
I like a lot of British shows, but I will say that the British Office doesn't do anything for me either. It's it's like you said, it's a little too there's just the lulls, specifically the lulls. But I love my favorite, I've mentioned a million times on the podcast, favorite British show ever is called Peep Show. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
It's on Hulu.
Sounds dirty.
It sounds dirty, but it's really, it's called Peep Show because it's from the perspective of the person that is thinking. So you can hear in their head, and it's their point of view camera-wise.
Cool.
It's just a really good British show if you're looking for one that is very different from the British Office. It's very just kind of like The Odd Couple. It's 2 roommates who get in all kinds of shenanigans. But The Office... I just read an article about how The Dinner Party was the episode that saved The Office. Did you ever see that episode?
That's actually my least favorite episode.
Really?
It's
The Dinner Party?
so cringy.
It is very cringy. But it was They said it was there was something about so many people were talking maybe about how cringy it was and just how the comedic timing in it and everything. It just got everyone talking about the show again when it was kind of in a lull, and then it picked back up for ratings.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that was that little. I just remember they had that little TV mounted on the wall. That little LCD TV.
At it.
Oh, it was the worst. I got to watch it again. Your next topic, which I was confused about. What does this mean? Disney Renaissance. What does that mean?
So Disney Renaissance is roughly the time, the 90s.
They call that the Renaissance?
Yes.
Interesting.
Because before it was the Disney Dark Ages when they weren't doing so well. The height of it was the Black Cauldron, which nobody liked.
Okay.
And then Little Mermaid came out. And then just a string of
the Renaissance.
Yeah, the Renaissance.
And before that, it was like the Jazz Age, right? Like the Jungle Book and Aristocats and stuff like that, like with all the jazzy music in it. Don't they call it the Jazz Age? Or something else?
I'm sure it's called the Silver Age.
Silver Age. Yeah. Maybe you're right. So that's the Silver Age. And then, so the 80s, Disney was not doing so hot. They had, what movies came out in the 80s? Like you said, Black Cauldron. Was that like Pete's Dragon and stuff like that?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not too
sure.
You blocked it out of your mind.
Pretty much.
Forget about it.
Disney Renaissance. I learned that new term today. Very good. And your last topic was, you had 2 topics left. Fast and Furious movies.
Yeah, definitely. I kind of have a personal connection with Fast and Furious.
You're like, I directed 2 of them.
I wish. The Walker family, Paul Walker's family, used to live down the street from here at Lincoln Hops. And so
So he grew up around here?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
His little brother used to be best friends with my older brother.
Wow.
So I have like really vivid memories of us playing Dreamcast together. Soul Calibur was pretty big.
Like you and Paul Walker?
He was around when he could.
Sure.
Not too much, but just more of the brother and his family.
That's crazy. And then, so do they still live around here?
No. After the brother graduated from middle school, they moved out, and so we lost contact.
Man, small world, right down the street from here. Lincoln Hops, the Walker family. Fast and the Furious movies. My favorite one is probably, you know what? I've never seen 2 or 3. Would you recommend I need to go back and watch those? I have seen all the other ones.
You definitely do.
I definitely do.
Everybody hates 3, but I think it's one of the
3
best.
3 was the joke for a long time before the franchise reinvented itself.
Right.
It was like, oh yeah, Tokyo Drift. Like people would just say Tokyo Drift is like a burn. You know what I mean? Like
you're right. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I've only seen the one that takes place in Rio. I don't even know what number that is.
I'm pretty sure that's all.
I don't even know what number
I'm pretty sure they show up in Rio, everyone. Very good. Fast and the Furious movies. And your last topic was Pokemon, which has been brought up on this show, I think, the last 6 weeks in a row. So
really?
Okay. It's really been. I feel like Pokemon has been in my lexicon nonstop for the last month or so. You grew up with it. You like the yellow, the blue, the red, or even later than that?
No, I definitely.
Oh, because yellow, blue, and red was.
That's the first.
That was right. You were 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was young.
Trying to be the best that no one ever was.
Yeah. Okay. Is that a quote from the show?
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Sounded like a quote from the show. Very good. Topics for John and Denise are on the table. We're going to reveal which topic I chose for each of you. John, we got 10 questions for you on the Fast and the Furious movies.
Damn.
All right.
And Denise, I got 10 questions for you on the Avengers.
Oh,
specifically the Avengers movies, not the extended Marvel Universe.
Oh, darn.
So,
okay.
We'll see how you do. How do you feel about Avengers, John? Do you know some stuff?
It's kind of a joke that I know more than her with Marvel, so we'll see.
Yeah.
And Denise, you said you've only seen one Fast and Furious movie.
I've only seen one.
So this should be a real hoot and a holler. Can you do some math for me now on your odds on this one?
Ooh, probably.
I need you to graph it. Get your graphing. Get
odds
your
find the slide.
T1, T11 calculator. What was the calculator? T11, T something?
T9?
T9.
TI.
Texas Instruments.
Yeah.
That's it.
TI.
Texas
89.
Instruments. TI 89. Very good. All right. So now we have to come up with a 1 or 2 syllable word that you guys will buzz in with. We got to wait for the whole question to be read, and then you will buzz in using that word. What do you got?
We were thinking wings.
Yeah.
It's just
like chicken wings?
Yeah.
Yep.
Sure, wings. I love it. Very good. We actually had wings as a topic on the show very early on for my friend Jefferson Nolan. So we're going to be buzzing in with the word wings. We'll start with John's topic of Fast and the Furious movies, and then we'll go to Denise's, and we'll go back and forth. You get 1 point when you get your topic's question right, and you get 2 points if you can steal the other person's before they can buzz in or after they miss it. You get 1 guess at each question, and we're going to get it on. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
You look very scared. This is the Trivia Showdown.
Trivia Showdown.
All right, here we go. Starting with Fast and Furious movies. Question number 1. What city is the first film of the franchise mainly set in?
Wings.
I'm going to go with John.
It's Los Angeles.
It is Los Angeles.
I did know that one.
You did know that one, right? You could have sold that one right off the bat. Los Angeles kind of started off with a softball question, and I'm glad you both knew it. Here's question number 1 for the Avengers side. What year did the first Avengers film come out?
Wings.
Oh.
John.
2012.
It was 2012. That's 2 points. So John is winning 3-0 right now, but maybe Denise can steal one of these Fast and the Furious questions. Who knows? Who knows?
You can already tell.
Question number 2. What is Michelle Rodriguez's character's first name?
Wings.
John.
Letty.
It is Letty, and that's 4 points. Letty. Kind of an interesting name. Is it short for something?
She doesn't have a last name in that movie. It's just Letty.
Very good. And she's basically like a zombie. Letty from what I saw.
Her acting is like a zombie.
Whoa! Sick burn. She's going to be on the show next week, so we're going to cut that out. Make sure to keep it clean with Michelle Rodriguez's character. Here's number 2 for Avengers. Let's see if you know this one. Denise. Who is considered to be the first Avenger?
Wings.
Yes.
The Captain America.
Yes, there it is. It's not a shutout. We've never had a shutout.
I would have said Iron Man. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, they call him the first Avenger.
That's the subtitle of
that is the subtitle.
Captain America movie.
John, check your poster in your bedroom. Come on. Question number 3 for Fast and the Furious. The next sequel is set to come out April 10th, 2020. What number film is it?
But Wings.
Denise.
9.
It is 9.
Yes!
And she stole it. And it's just like that. It's 3 to 4. How do you like that? Pretty good. And you said you didn't know anything.
Nice.
Question number 3 for the Avengers. Who did the voice of Ultron in Age of Ultron?
Wings.
Oh, damn.
John.
James Spader.
It is James Spader for 6 points. 6 to 3. Did you know that one, Denise?
I didn't.
He's kind of a creep. He's a creep in a lot of stuff. James Spader. He's got a perfect voice.
The voice of
That's
Jarvis?
why he's a creepy robot.
That's Paul Bettany. That's another dude, British dude.
What was the question?
Voice of Ultron.
Ultron.
The bad guy?
The
They
other
are
one.
both robots in that movie.
Right.
Yep.
Yes.
Here's question number 4, Fast and the Furious. The ride at Universal Studios is called Fast and the Furious, and then one word. What is that one word? So the ride, it's like an interactive ride at Universal Studios. It's called Fast and the Furious. Something.
Wings.
Denise.
Is it Drift?
It's not Drift.
It's...
John's got a guess.
Adventure.
Supercharged. It's supercharged.
That's technically 2 words. That's a compound word.
It's listed as one word, but it may be one of those compound words. Yes.
We're more Disney fans.
Yeah.
Here we go. Question number 4. Age of Ultron was the first film to mention what powerful element only found in Wakanda?
Wings.
John.
Vibranium.
And that's 2 more points. It's, let's see, 8 to 3.
I didn't know that.
Did you see Black Panther?
No, I didn't.
Oh, I just happened to see it.
That's the only one I'm missing, yeah.
I just happened to see it recently, maybe 2 weeks ago, and it's very good. It's almost on video. I think it's May 15th.
Yeah, I know. It's because my mom and my sister are also really into the Avengers Universe movies, and we're like, let's watch it together. Yeah. And then we just haven't been able to align our schedules.
Very good. Question number 5 for Fast and the Furious. What is the cyber terrorist's name in The Fate of the Furious?
Wings.
John.
Cypher.
It is Cypher, and that's 9 points. Ooh. Cypher. That was a tough one. I would not remember that even if I loved the movie.
Charlize Theron.
Oh.
Really?
Wait, she's the villain?
Yeah, that's her.
Oh,
Isn't she a good guy at the beginning? Does she have a twist?
Definitely not. She pretends to be like a tourist.
Oh, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Maybe I'm thinking of Atomic Blonde, where she's doing some multiple types of roles in one movie. Here is number 5 for the Avengers side. Who is sent to recruit Bruce Banner at the start of the first Avengers
Wings.
movie? Denise.
Black Widow.
It is Black Widow, and that's your 4th point.
Yes.
Denise, you're holding your own. This isn't that bad.
Okay.
Number 6 for Fast and the Furious. What rhyming named rapper appeared in Tokyo Drift?
Wings.
John.
Bow Wow.
It is Bow Wow.
Oh, doesn't he get a lot of shit for that?
For what?
I've seen memes.
For Lil Bow Wow being in the movie?
Yeah.
Actually, you can't call him Lil anymore. He's just Bow Wow. Even back then,
he has a whole car. That's what I know.
Interesting. Now I really got to see it. Just kidding. Here's number 6 for Avengers. What do the Avengers all eat together in a post-credits scene at the end of the first movie?
Wings. Shawarma.
Shawarma. And you guys are big foodies, so I bet you eat shawarma all the time.
Yes.
Yeah?
What is shawarma? I don't even know.
It's like a kebab. Not a kebab. It's like on a spits.
Yes.
It's on a spits.
Like a gyro.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's in a gyro?
Gotcha.
It's inside, the meat inside.
Oh, I see. Very good. Here is number 7 for Fast and Furious. What sequel was the first to feature The Rock?
Wings.
John.
Fast 5.
It was Fast 5, and that is 11 points.
Yeah,
the one
there
that
you go.
I saw. That's the only one I saw.
Fast 5, Rio. No,
The Rock is in this one.
The Rock in Rio. He's doing his own spin-off, isn't he? It's called Hobbs and Decker or something?
Hobbs and Shaw.
Hobbs and Shaw. That's it. That should be fun. Probably not. Here's number 7. Who does Don Cheadle play in the Avengers films?
Wings.
John.
War Machine.
War Machine is correct, and that's 2 more points. It's 13-5.
That's Iron Man's best friend.
Denise, I wish I picked math for you.
It used to be Terrence Howard.
I should have picked some math for
I didn't
Denise.
know that was his name.
Yeah.
I thought he was just like the other Iron Man. I don't know.
All right. Moving on to number 8. What is Paul Walker's character's first name in the series?
Wings.
John.
Brian.
It is Brian. He really studied up on that one. And it's 14-5. Denise.
I could have gotten it. I could have.
Number 8. You got a 50-50 chance on this one. What came out first, Guardians of the Galaxy or Avengers Age of Ultron?
Wings.
Oh.
John.
Guardians.
It was Guardians for 2 more points. And that is 16 points. John's kicking all kinds of ass here. But you'll have to fight him in some sort of math off right after this. Maybe you can beat him in the
I'd win.
nice
That's
math.
the only way I'd
he
win.
would definitely win.
Number 9. Here it is for Fast and Furious. Which is not a city featured in any of the movies? Is it Havana, Cuba, Barstow, California, or Ottawa, Canada?
Wings.
John.
Ottawa, Canada.
It is Ottawa, Canada. Yes,
Damn
it is.
it.
I don't even know if Ottawa is the capital of Canada.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is Ottawa it's a city, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
City? Okay, so that did make sense for me to read it that way. Yes, Ottawa is not featured. As far as I know, Havana, Cuba is for sure, and Barstow is where Walker's supposed to be from, right? Paul Walker's character?
I think so, yeah.
That's what I read online. It was on Wikipedia. It had to be true.
Oh, yeah, then it for sure is.
Number 9 for Avengers. Tony Stark can be seen wearing a T-shirt for what band in the first movie?
Wings. Black Sabbath.
It is Black Sabbath.
I did
Nice
know
job.
Ooh, deep cut.
Denise, that is a deep
that was
cut.
a good one.
I thought that was going to be a really stumping question,
It's
and Denise comes from the ashes.
Yeah, it's an ode because they have a song called Iron Man.
That's
Oh,
right.
duh. Yeah.
And then
Denise.
Nice.
His
Pulling out
line, "I
all
am
the
Iron Man,"
stops.
is a lyric from
I
that.
feel like you maybe wrote the article that I read online that had that literally exactly what you just said. Very good job. Last question for Fast and the Furious, and then we'll move on to the last question for Avengers. Number 10, who is older in real life, Tyrese or Ludacris?
Wings.
Denise.
Ludicrous.
It is Ludacris by 2 years, or maybe 1 year. That's 2 points. The big steal there, and right there.
All right.
It is 16-9. 16-9 right now.
It could be worse.
Could be worse, but we still have a couple things to do, and maybe Denise can get these points. What did you guys think of the caliber of those 20 questions? Oh, wait, we have one more.
Yeah, wait,
yeah.
what?
My bad. I was jumping the gun. Number 10 for Avengers. What is Tony Stark's Lord of the Rings nickname for Hawkeye?
Wings.
Oh, man.
Legolas.
It is Legolas. Legolas. Yes. And that is 2 more points for you.
See,
you
I
have
don't
a
know
total
Lord
of
of the Rings either.
18-9.
Only
I
guy
didn't
that
even-
uses bow and arrow.
I don't even know that. I didn't even know that was a Lord of the Rings reference.
18-9. You've doubled the score, but we're having fun, and we're gonna dive into round number 2. This is the combo question.
Combo question.
Okay, so
All
I found a way to combine both Fast and the Furious and the Avengers. So let's see how I did it.
Ooh.
To get this right, you get 2 points. You're buzzing in with Wings. For
All
2
right.
points, an actor with the initials VD appears in Fast and the Furious and the extended and upcoming Avengers sequel.
Wings.
What 2 characters does he play in those universes?
Oh.
Wings.
John.
He plays Groot
Yes.
and
Oh, that's
Dominic
right.
Toretto.
Yes,
Damn
that's
it.
exactly
I totally
right for
forgot
2
he
more
does the voice of
points.
Groot.
Yeah, that's right.
Groot and Dominic,
I thought you
and
were
that's
just going to ask
20.
who the actor was, and I was
Yeah, I
like, oh,
thought
I
you were
know
just gonna
this.
ask the
I know
actor.
it.
That would have been a little too easy for the combo question,
Damn
but good
it.
job. You guys were right on par with all those questions for those topics.
That's a good combo question.
Thank you. Thank you. That was fun. We're going to do one last thing for 3 points. So, unfortunately, John's going to take this one. Denise, you can get some sympathy points back here if you win. And it is something I think that's right in your wheelhouse. You have to name different Disney animals. So they have to be Disney animals that have a name. So, for
Main
example,
characters? All right.
Miko from Pocahontas. Okay? So it can't just be like the one fish that does this in that one movie. It has to have a name.
Okay.
And we'll go around. We'll start with me. We'll go to Denise, John, back to me. This is round 3. This is categories with buds.
Categories with buds.
Here we go. This is Disney animal names, and I'll start with that first one. Miko. What do you got, Denise?
Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh.
Bullseye.
Bullseye, the
Woody's horse.
Woody's horse.
Yep.
I'm going to say Ham, the piggy bank. Oh,
Does
these
that
aren't
count?
really animals, though. Yeah, and Bullseye isn't really an animal either.
He's a plush toy.
He's a toy.
Does that count?
I think, John, that we may have just shit the bed and Denise won because she said the only one that was a real thing.
Man, I could have gone on and on. All of characters from Winnie the Pooh are...
Isn't just Winnie the Pooh a stuffed animal, though?
Just rattle them off. Oh, yeah, Winnie the Pooh is a stuffed animal, too.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, damn
He's made
it.
out of stuffing.
Should we start over?
No.
Let's start over real quick.
Fine, okay.
Miko.
Does Stitch count?
Yeah, because he's like a creature.
Oh, come on.
Animalistic creature.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Seriously,
say yes.
There's seriously maybe 1,000 that we're not naming. All right, trying to get technical. John's
Simba.
got one. Simba. I'm going to say Nala.
Nice.
Dory.
Scar.
Rafiki.
Nemo.
Timon.
Dory.
I just said Dory.
You did?
Yes.
I think you said Nemo.
I said
said
Nemo
both?
after
Well,
Dory.
Look at that. I'm out. I have been eliminated. Down to you guys.
Okay, Marlin.
Pumbaa.
Timon.
I already said Timon.
Damn it!
And that means Jonathan.
No! This is just sad.
23-9. Final score. Did you guys have fun on the show?
Yes. Only because I'm really, really competitive.
Very good. Well, I'm glad you guys got to be on the show. I hope it was everything you hoped it would be.
Yeah, it was fun.
And we'll have to arrange a nice big Disney annual pass holders trivia player meetup sometime very soon. That'd be fun. We'll all go on Winnie the Pooh. Some of us may be on substances. It'll be great.
We'll see.
Where can people follow you guys online? Or is there anything you want to plug or promote before you take off?
I
sure.
don't really do anything.
Well, if you need a party planned in Southern California, you can talk to my friend D Nice.
That's right. You can follow me on Instagram.
Yes.
DEEENISSEEEE.
Very easy to find, Denise.
Yeah.
Very easy to just count those vowels. And how about you, John?
Also, pretty much all social media, it's so wrong. It's John.
Yeah.
No spaces. And then I'm also on YouTube. I kind of edit videos sometimes when I'm out with my friends on adventures. Also, so wrong. It's John.
So wrong. It's John, John?
Yep.
Love it. Guys, thanks so much for being on the show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
How'd you hold up against John and Denise? Denise had a tough time. John's like rapid fire at these trivia questions. He really knew both franchises very, very well. Thanks to both of them for wanting to be on the show and for picking such fun topics, especially with Infinity War coming out just around the corner. I'm very excited for that movie. It's going to be a lot of battling and a lot of death from what I hear. If you dig this show, please rate, review, and subscribe on iTunes. And if you play with me live, leave me a Yelp review. Those have been coming in like crazy. I think I have almost 100, and they're very detailed, and they help me book more parties, and I'm eternally grateful for all the Yelp and iTunes reviews that you guys leave if you like the show. All those things help me book more parties, and it's very cool to see how much everything's grown in the last year and a half or so. If you want to support the show in another way, again, go to patreon.com/triviawithbuds, and I'll send you some very cool rewards. Special thanks again to Kyle for being the newest Patreon subscriber. Thank you for listening. Thanks for telling a friend about this show if they like pop culture trivia. And we'll see you this Thursday for a mini episode on stores you'd find at the mall. That's it for me. Cheers.